Indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. Thank you for joining me again, for sharing another moment with me, for showing up creatively. That's today's stream topic. Inspired by Jovan, she sent, she said something beautiful that really resonated with me. This concept of creativity being a direct link to infinity, right? To think of it from this perspective of you with a pen in your hand and a blank piece of paper, right? Infinite potentiality, if you will. And then from your creativity, you can choose to do something to that piece of paper, make something out of that piece of paper, write something down, make a work of art, even write a to do list for yourself, creatively for yourself. And in doing so, you can create something that has never been before, something divinely unique, something that connects you intrinsically with infinity. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I know some of you friends looks at Jovan, looks at Joy Vive, believe that creativity is a powerful force, believe that creativity is something you don't have. All of us are creative. You can't help but, right? And I was having this whole like imagination today of myself just being absolutely ridiculous. Like I was like imagining like hypercuts, right? So like me here in the frame going, and then me here in the frame laying down in the grass face first, and then me running back and forth in the next cut, and then me zen likely sitting meditating, right? That you get to creatively move your own body, and then as you do, you get to experience things. And the fact that you have any autonomy at all is an actual miracle. And the fact that you're willing to spend some of your autonomy with me, even more so. I love you dearly. Thank you for joining me. I see Joe Schmo, Joy Vive, Shan, of course, our beloved Sam, our beloved Maxine, and I think that's all for now. And there she is, Jovan. I've already introduced today's topic. Honored you for inspiring it. 777 showing, of course. Yes, more 777. What 777 did I recently see? Oh yeah, oh yeah, my mobile data, right? Like a few days ago, our internet was absolutely atrocious, and we had to stream on mobile data. And I did both my normal stream and then the Sangha stream on mobile data. And then after finishing all of them up and seeing that I've used a bunch of data, like it gives you a little notification at the bottom of your notification bar when you swipe down, and it was just 777 megabytes used. And I was like, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, 777. Hey, doctor, cheers to you. Love you. Mm. Yes, I do. Love you so much, dude. How are you doing? Thank you for sharing so much with me. I had a moment to kind of like dive into the Discord a little bit, getting to see all of the fractals you're participating in. It's inspiring, dude. Sending you good vibes. Love you, man. Neat sacks filled with awesome. I'm guessing that's supposed to be meat sacks. Neat sacks. I kind of like neat sacks. Just like what? The sacks are neat. Yeah, so neat. I mean, the human body is pretty neat, right? This is a pretty neat sack. This thing is. I'm gonna put this ring on this side. I was like tripping out by the fact that there's like one finger away from this ring, and there's one finger away from this ring, and then when I hold my hands together like this finger kind of connects with that one, and then this finger connects with that one, and I'm like, yes, I am arcing. I am connecting these metals throughout my body, connecting with universal energy. That might just be my mind's creativity and imagination, tripping myself out. But I would like to believe that wearing things, whatever it is, right? I was thinking about clothing today as well, actually. I've been thinking more and more and more about what I want to do when I create my own clothing brand one day. And you know what? Even if a person wants to steal this idea, feel free. Make the world a more beautiful place. I was imagining, like, your friends know that I want to create a fully hemped out clothing business, right? So, hemp is the ideal textile. It's not as soft, or at least for the longest time it wasn't. And our machines are more built to process cotton than they are built to process hemp right now, right? That is changing, and there is some industrialization happening for the hemp industry right now as well, fortunately. But hemp uses 10 times less water, 10 times less fertilizer, 10 times less pesticides. You don't need any pesticides, in fact. And they capture the same amount of carbon per surface area as trees do. They capture in 6 months the same amount of carbon that trees would in the same surface area in 10 years. Think about that, right? In 6 months. So, in my mind, if I had to create a clothing company, and I do have merch, as you friends know, and I was like struggling, really struggling, actually starting that process as well because I felt like I was doing something wrong. The capitalism's getting me, if you will. But I believe that if we're going to create something like a clothing business, instead of perpetuating the amount of waste, there's a lot of clothing going to waste around the world right now, to do something that potentially helps the earth, right? Captures more carbon, and then human beings get to wear the carbon on their bodies. But, right, that all said, fair and well, but I don't know that hemp is as great anymore if you go about coloring it, right? The amount of water and the amount of processing when it comes to chemicals. So I've been battling with that in my mind as well, thinking about the fact that I'll be wearing this clothing one day, and I don't know if I want to wear something that is going to be a little bit more bland, right? Like light browns, dark browns, instead of what I'm wearing right now, right? How am I gonna make flowers that are going to be beautiful if I make them out of light and dark browns, right? And I was like, yeah, I get that. And then my mind went creatively into this adjacent fractal of creating these hemp clothing with patterns, right? So instead of trying to color the fabric, to dye them less, or not to dye them less, to bleach them less, right? Like the more you bleach it, the whiter the fabric gets, to keep them different shades of the original brown color that they were, and then to, with like spaces, weave them into each other, creating like grids, these little blocks, little squares, little, almost like, imagine QR code, right? As like a rough, the imagination I have right now, like QR code kind of patterning on the clothes. And then, strap up, here comes the creative part. Render AR digital clothing that uses those little grids as a means to map digital clothing onto you. So anybody who's willing to participate could see creatively the colorful clothing you're wearing while you're wearing hemp clothing that is technically better for the environment than it would be if it wasn't like that. And on top of this, it would mean that you could wear the same basic hemp clothing for like 10 years, and they do last that long, and change your outfit, right? It could be the exact same outfit you're wearing, but you could apply different skins onto your clothing, and it would be mapped, right? So I'm imagining, like, I would like to go kind of creative with it, to have like pieces hanging off and to make it like fashionable, if you will, right? And then to have, like, for instance, like a piece that goes over your, like over your chest, for example, and hangs like a part of this, and then have this as like a grid, right, for one of your psychedelic patterns, and then have this psychedelic pattern overlapping another psychedelic pattern. So yeah, have some creativities. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where the future is taking us, friends. I want to do creative things with all of you. And you, friends, just being here in this moment is literally encouraging and supporting me. So thank you for that. Thank you for being willing to take this time. I believe I saw a Toasty Malosty. Yeah, you're a toast. It's nice seeing you, dude. Lolo is here too. I didn't miss anyone else, did I? No. Love you so much. Doug said, I got myself up early, was ready to do my first yoga with you all, unrolled my mat that hasn't been used in a bit. Cat was using it as a puke spot, so must get a new one. Hmm. Oh, what a beautiful fractal, actually, Doug Dad. Even though I can't imagine myself being thrilled with finding cat puke in my yoga mat, the fact that you decided that you're going to start practicing yoga, and then as you want to start, there's a bunch of cat puke, the amount of resistance, right, that you have to now overcome to be able to practice yoga again. It's like the universe being like, oh yeah, you want to take care of yourself? It's not going to be easy. Love you, dude. I want to make yoga mats as well. I do want to make yoga mats as well. There's technically like a whole service where you can have like your own designs. So I would like to use my psychedelic flowers to make like nice yoga mats, and I've already done it. They're just kind of expensive. They get like, I think they're like $70 or something, which is not exactly affordable. At least not in my mind, right? I paid I think 30 something bucks for my yoga mat, and um I want to say things without manifesting more of it in my life. I will have more money later in my life. So at this point of my life, I like the 30 bucks yoga mats. Maybe we'll figure out a way. There will be a way. Just like Bob Ross, happy little accidents, neat sex. Yeah. Sam, like he's 90 in human years. I give him a break. Yeah. I'm not, I'm sure you're not angry at him. You're probably just like, bruh, dude, that's kind of rude. Oh, why did you have to puke inside of my yoga mats? My wife and I. Okay, you were awesome because you know awesome because you are awesome. Yeah, Jovan, thank you for echoing that. Are you going to get a regular old mat or are you going to shop for the fancy ones? Dog, are you gonna get a fancy one? Now suddenly I feel mounting pressure. Maybe I should have had yoga mats this whole time. Uh, was it Printful that I can make yoga mats with? I don't know if Redbubble allows me to make yoga mats. Hmm. I'll have to go check again. I haven't been active with Redbubble, adding more designs. I don't know what the resistance really is. I guess it's just return that I'm tripping out about right now. Are you going to? Sam, my wife and I both enjoy yoga, so I'll probably go support our local yoga studio and buy a fancy one for them. There we go. Not sure if it was a duplicate or if it didn't go through the first time. It's okay. Nothing happened here. Apparently, your fractal looks like it. Just because hemp grows like the fastest I've ever seen of any plant. Wait until you read about hemp drywall boards. If you haven't, I have. Hemp gets used everywhere. So the fiber that you use for clothing would be like the bark, if you will, of the actual hemp plant, and then the core will be used for walls, for example. They can use it as like hempcrete. It's an amazing building material. It's like flame retardant and stuff like that as well. So fantastic. We're gonna save the world with sustainability, right? So much love to you. Melt, I had the same issue with Duck Dad merch. I told myself that I was stepping stone to getting to do better when I can afford it. Same as eventually getting away from the peat in my plants. Money though. Yeah, so much money, dude. Like it's gonna cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars to create a proper brand. I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars yet. Look at me. all in time. I have time. We all do, right? And it's okay. Hey, oh, kini di freka. I'm sorry if I missed you, friend. Sending you love. Yeah, it's gonna take time, but I believe we have the creative will to create creatively, right? Create more and more solutions. I've been really thinking about making more money. I'm not shy to admit. Like I'm reading books even. I'm reading books how to make more money. Please, so someone teach me. That's what little by little, Duck, that I believe in you too, friend. Hemp is the most versatile plant that we have access to. Yeah, like even I believe it was Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, that was like, yeah, sow hemp far and wide. Everybody, please plant as much hemp as you can because it's a food source as well. The seeds serve as a food source as well. It's a fantastic source of fats and amino acids as well. So, like the plant really is fantastic. Walls and paper, clothes and medicine, and footwear and ropes, and just about any damn thing you need. All of the basic human necessities can be made with it. Melty AR digital clothes made of hemp. What do you think? You like that, Doc? That? I kind of think it would work, dude. But that's also it cost me so much. Like the amount of work I'm gonna have to do to realize that stuff, and I'm gonna have to figure out how to design clothing. Right? Maybe I'll get my mom. Like I've been thinking about my mom a lot in this context of wanting to upskill her, and I don't know if that's evil. Is it evil to want my mom to be more skilled? No, I believe in her. Like my mom has been sharing this dream with me since I was like 11, maybe even before that, that she wants to design clothing for children and, you know, create a brand like that. And I would hope, like Melt Mom, to help her create a brand of her own. But she doesn't know how to design clothes. She knows how to make clothing, right? She's done that multiple times. She knows how to adjust clothing if your clothing is too big for you or something, like she can make it fit properly. But I don't know that she knows how to design clothing from scratch, especially something that can be potentially machine producible. And I don't know if that is a skill that she can just YouTube how to learn, or if it's gonna be some sort of paid course. But I would like it if some of the clothing I have one day was made by actual Milk Mom. It would be pretty sick. Is that a cable I see in chat? Seeing you, seeing me, seeing you, cable. Looking at me, looking at you, looking at us, looking at each other. Love you, dude. There are cool sci-fi books that talk about AR self-contained clothes that can be changed by a similar process. You could have anything you want, but mine would just be punk band t-shirts. I love that. I'm just imagining like people like wearing these elaborate, furly, because they can move as well. They can be alive, right? So one of your fractals of your clothing can be like fire, and then there's like a river running over that fire, and then there's like trees growing here, and then there's like air moving, and then Duck Dad has like a punk band T-shirt on. Like that's very unassuming of you, Duck Dad. It's like, yeah, I know. I was not. Toast is an artist too. Yeah, creative duder. All of us. All of us. You guys have a productive and relaxing day. Are you leaving? Okay. No, Toasty is still here. Sees her, sees the moment. Hello. Creativity sets the world afire by bringing in the new. May you be willing to step ahead to the change in you. One may never truly know what they shall be in the future. So stop worrying and seize her. Seize the moment. I love that. Cable, just because you're here, I feel at liberty to share my poetry with you. So, this is yesterday's Patreon flower. Let me fire my razor the brightness. So yesterday we had some, excuse me, yesterday we had some butterflies joining us in stream. So I had to catch some butterflies in the flower as well. Maxine's scarf, and then the pants my mom made me, and then the shirt I was wearing, right? That's all of them. Oh, that's an old one. A re? Oh, I'm just disorientated. E. And then I wrote a piece of poetry to accompany my flower, of course. And this is how it came out. So it was like, I was, I don't know if, like, I felt you would like this, Cable. I was like, this is the type of poetry that Cable would be like, yeah, good job. You. So let me know what you think, Cable. It, I don't, now I'm tripping myself out. It goes like this: spending our time. Yesterday's stream was about time management, right? So spending our time. Spending our time is so important to us. We'll spend time thinking about how we're supposed to spend our time. I feel a great responsibility to use this time that you're giving me well. But how could I tell? What combinations of words could I say to make sure you have an even better day? I love you. You are worthy. It's going to be okay. Things come to mind, but I'm so concerned I'll fail. Not out of shame for myself, but out of hope that I can help you remember. I'll say this with our final few moments together. You are the God you are seeking, the one, the creator of your space and time. It's okay, but you might have been sleeping, forgetting that you are divine. For this is the moment in time you open your eyes and embrace your willingness to see yourself as the love of your life. Out of infinite options, you chose to be me. You are not lost because you are here. It's time to awaken and let go of your fear. For the longest time you had to survive. It's finally to step up and thrive. And then I like sent this into AI, hoping that it's gonna give me like a, oh wait, poetry. And then it just like continued my poem. It was like, oh yeah, I can poem as well. And then it continued with this. Let me just read like the last bar. You are not lost because you are here. It's time to awaken and let go of the fear. For the longest time you had to survive. It's finally to step up and thrive. Beep boop continuation. And with that, our time together has come to an end. But remember, you are capable of being your own best friend. Take a deep breath and trust in yourself. You have the power to create the life in which you delve. So go out there and chase your dreams, believe in yourself and all that it means. Use your time wisely, live in the present. Let go of the things that do not bring heaven. You are worthy, loved, and enough. And with that thought, I'll leave you in a huff. Take care of yourself, be kind and true. And remember, the power to create is within you. Yow! Swap in synchronicity with today's stream topic as well. Creativity, right? Creativities. Love you, dude. Thank you for joining me, Cable. It's nice having you, dude. Jovan, you silly face, but you're the professional. Toast Malost. I consider you a professional as well, just because I've seen the art that you've made, dude. OCD/ADHD is being a perfectionist of everything, but being too neuro bombarded to try. My goal is to shake that this year and be more creative. Mine too, Toast. Mine too. I've done some things, trying some things, seeing how things are gonna work, and there's gonna be more. There's gonna be more. I started making some standalone short dance videos, but my yoga space is occupied right now. So as soon as it's not occupied, and I'm also gonna get myself like some thick mats to put down on the floor. I don't know why they want $200 for the thick mats, but I guess when the Patreon money comes in, we're gonna get some foot protection so that we can dance more. Be creative, Toast. All of us will encourage and support you. It's a pleasure to melt with you all. Always nice to have you, Cavo. It's a great place to wake up and a great place to relax. Toasty, beautifully put. Let me do it like this. There we go. As Miss Frizzle said, take chances, make mistakes, get messy. Yes, totally. Toasty, beautifully put. I feel that every moment. I posted my favorite short in the Discord. Search deadline mode. I'm guessing that's the short. Toast Meloster. Toaster Meloster. Here's a challenge. Start an art piece knowing that you're going to throw it in the trash. Dare you to try. That is clever. That thing that Giovanna is sharing. I've made multiple works of art now that I'm like, yeah, nobody's gonna ever see this ever. I start making them knowing full well that I'm practicing, right? That I'm not going to be sharing it with anybody. This is just so that I can get good, if you will. Is that a gabbity gabbity you saying yow skibap fibble bobbly bop flibble? Dude, you're making me lose my mind. Just reading those words, I'm like, love you, Gab. It's nice having you here, dude. Toasty, you beautiful human. I was looking for a quasi silly quote for my business card that goes for print today. I might just have to change it and go with that. Take chances, make mistakes, get messy. I like that one as well, actually. That's a daily challenge. Anyone up to do it with me? The making art, knowing you're gonna throw it away. Save the world of sustainability while getting high. Tiger, you up for a challenge? It sounds like a vibe, dude. Whoa. What that art from yesterday is speaking to me strong. I'm happy that you like it, Duck Dad. I really like how it turned out as well. Like, let me show you this as well, friends. Right? Even though this is the work of art that ended up making it, if you will, I always make multiple ones, and then I pick the one that resonates the most. So these are the other ones. All right, before I found the butterfly, I tried this one, I tried this one, I tried this one. And there's like a lot of them that never get to see the light of day. So many of them just stay hidden forever. I like how these ones turn out. But they also stay. Maybe one day I'll find some sort of creative way to use them as well. I have plans, but they're pretty far out. Real far out. Maybe like 4 years and 4 months, maybe 4 days. Yeah, that sounds about right. Jovan Art Challenge. Laughing. The make a work of art knowing that you will throw it away, right? Kind of like frees you from worrying that you'll mess it up because you're gonna throw it away, right? So you can do whatever you want. You can make it beautiful because that's the thing, right? Like we reach this point of criticality of like if I do anything else, I might fuck it up. If I don't do anything else, it's not good enough, right? And then we get stuck between those two fractals. So if you know you're gonna throw it away, it makes it easier to escape that loop. Gabber, so much love is being sent. Gabbity schwabbity. How are you? Giovanna, I have to do a stretch today and well plan it on a piece of trash just for the challenge. A sketch today. Please, Natalie, practice. You got this, beans, cable, and that. I'll tell you, it'll tell you a lot about yourself. I didn't even think about it like that, but I like that interpretation as well. When you get to create anything, what you choose to create can say something. Hey, Nancy. I was thinking about you today, friend. I was thinking about you in context of you asking or being willing to reiterate and listen to what I wanted to say about Neville Goddard. And I was like going through the strip of, holy shit, do people actually listen to what I'm saying? So Nancy, thank you for being a fractal in my life. You know, I appreciate you sending you vibes. You got this, beans. Can I take a picture of the poem before I throw it away? Please, please do. Very busy, Gabi, but good enough, I reckon. We love you, dude. Love the elemental t-shirt design. But what if it? Lurking until our challenge completed. Thank you, Natalie. I look forward to seeing it as well. I love it. Give it to us. Oh yeah. I heard the song Sunshine of Your Love the other night and my mind went to the space. Friends. Love you too, Lolo. Thank you for thinking of us. Melt, after you get thousands of them, maybe you can create a fractal of its own from a mosaic of them. I've started doing that actually. Let me show you. I've already made one of those. Like this cell phone's profile picture is one of those. I don't know if I have that thing I'm talking about on my phone or on my tablet right now though. I don't think it's here. But I have these, right? Like you see how they're white barred, and then if I click on them, zoom, 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 they're PNG'd. I went the wrong way. So I got these flowers all cut out. Like they're not, I feel like they lose some of their fidelity, but they still keep a lot of it. Right, you can see there's some noise happening. But I wanna make like stickers with these. And then I also use these to make like these collages, as you said. They look a little bit noisy though. I kind of like trip myself out about it being clashing. Like if I'm going to make collages, maybe I should make a bunch of uh, the same fractals flowers, and then use all of those together. But I'll have to cut them out like that as well. And most of the ones that I'm cutting out right now come from the Patreon flowers. This folder. Let me see. Nancy said, Melt, maybe calendars using your artwork. Don't know if that settles with you. I actually like that, Nancy. I do like that. You think they would do well? Like you know what I'm tripping out about the most? Marketing, advertising, because that's what I'm supposed to be doing, right? The more I read, they're like, yeah, you should be advertising, and I'm like, I have like $100 right now. You want me to advertise of $100? That's gonna help, probably. But I also trip out about what I'm going to advertise, right? Am I gonna take a video of myself? Am I gonna advertise my Patreon? Right? I've thought about that as well. Can you advertise a Patreon? Being like, hey, I make flowers. You like flowers? What's going on with you? $1? What's one? I trip myself out so much. Thank you for the suggestion, though, Nancy. I appreciate that. I like the calendars idea as well. Mm, love you. I wondered what your art is a reflection of you means for sci-fi writers. Creativity, I guess, right? Creativity and imagination. Hey, boba milk, sending you vibes, friend. I haven't had a boba tea in years. Is that a Naren I see? It's nice having you. Come back for more. Melt? Came back for more. I always do, don't I? Nancy. Naren, not Nancy. We're not done, dude, until I'm dead. I'll be done when I'm dead. And until I'm dead, I'm not gonna be done. Right? I was like thinking about the whole everyday thing today again as well. I was like, yeah. Every day, yes. Oh, because we do live every day, right? That's where the fractal comes from for me. Like this is now a part of living to me. You friends are a part of my life. I'm watching a fractal in my head of me holding on to you like a little monkey being like, you're never leaving again. Ruben is here as well. Ruben, it's nice having you, dude. Sending you vibes, man. I wonder what your art's reflection. I like Melt's poem way better. Thank you, Gable. I appreciate you loving it. But that ending, easy sync with today, yes. I was like feeling that, dude. The fact that it was syncing up, I had to share. I love how you put in two different rhyme schemes and transitioned into them naturally. You do? Thank you. That's specifically the part that I thought you might approve of. Weirdly enough, I was like, yes, Cable would be okay with this, and I'm happy that you like it, dude. Specifically that part. I also enjoyed the honesty. That was Baller Melt. Love you, dude. I vibe with the theme, of course. Yeah. power. I don't know if you heard the poem, Ruben. Did you hear me read it? Thanks for sharing the poem, and I'm genuinely amazed that my presence brings out poetry in you and the universe. Dude. You inspire, you create the universe around you. You are the universe, after all, right? I am but a mirror of the universe for you. The whole world is a mirror to you. You don't see the world as it is, you see the world as you are, right? Think about that. And to think of it in this perspective of creativity as well, the more creative we get, the more beautiful of a world we can create for ourselves, literally. And with the future we're heading into, we're going to have access to tools of creativity, tools of power, tools of manifestation, right? And how creative you are is going to be the only limiting factor to what it is you can create, what it is you can manifest with these tools. So embrace your power. See it come. Melty blankets at the right price point. Those would be dope throw blankets. Every Midwest home has dozens of them. So, let me go to my Redbubble quickly because I did actually make blankets. I have like this other app that allows me to make patterns with my flowers, and then I use one of my cutout flowers to make a blanket, and then I made this one. I'm gonna have to log in. Oh, bro. Where's my lazy, easy peasy Google login? Okay, at least Google remembered from me. Thank you. Please, I know. Let's not get into it. Sure, I know, I know. I trust. I do. You know, I actually do trust. Man. Okay, view shop. Here we go. Wrong feed. Let's try that again. View shop. There we go. Let me see how long it's gonna take me to find it. Am I stupid? I'm having a hard time finding the. Okay, here it is. Oh my! Oh my! Oh! Yeah, they're not affordable. How about that? But they are blankets. So, and this is not. I cannot change the pricing scheme. This is just how they put. Like I'm learning the price right now as well. So there it is. There is a queen size blanket, but it's $130. You're insane. I wouldn't buy my own shit if it was that expensive. And that's probably the cheapest. Okay, the king size, $165. The twin size, $108. That's a lot of dollars for a blanket. I have a pet blanket. The pet blankets are a little bit more cheap. Look at that kitty. I'm tripping out. Yeah, this is kind of making me happy actually. Look at that dog sitting on a melt blanket. Look at how happy that dog is. Doesn't that dog look so happy? He's like, yeah. He's like, cool fucking blanket. You want to see the cat's well? Mm. Okay, I'm gonna have to swap it, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Look at that cat being like, why did you put me on melt blanket? What did I do to deserve this? So at least I know how to make them. It's just these things, dude. Like, unfortunately, print on demand. Uh, yeah, the economies of scale work in reverse there, right? Instead of having economies of scale, you have the economy of one. Literally getting one of something when you want it. I'm 6 minutes behind. Melt on 2 times speed here. Cable, it's your challenge to try and resist it, but you love it when it's yours to share. And then try the challenge again. I like that. Thank you again. I appreciate Duck Dad for you encouraging me, friend. Drawing completed. Melty, don't pay for advertising. Duck Dad, how am I supposed to reach customers? Oh, I'm unironically asking. I really am. Because I don't know actually. I guess I know the psychology of selling things, but I also don't want to use the psychology of selling things. And it's this weird fractal, and I have Kate in my brain, when it comes to this, where I remind myself using her voice, there's nothing to be ashamed of making a living or something like that. It's in that context, right? I don't have to feel ashamed for wanting to make a living. And I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm not evil. I just also like to be able to maybe afford a car one day or something. Like not a car technically. The thing that I've been manifesting is a van, electric van that has solar that can unfold and then will charge against the sun, eating all of them electrons, and then using those electrons to turn wheels to go new places. And then my electrons will run out, and then I'll chill and I'll eat sun, and we'll rinse and repeat as long as I can manage to continue doing that. Don't pay for it. Don't take pictures and crumple up a ball. Your advertising is to do as much streaming as possible and get people to commit, like, and to subscribe. The more viewers there are, the more customers that you are. Your target demographic. This is true, Duck Dad. But in the same breath, I don't consider you friends or customers, right? That's the thing that's fucking with my brain a little bit. It's like making it really hard for me to draw like lines in my fractal of like, yes, marketing and customers, and you friends aren't customers to me, you're friends, right? People that I know have lives of your own, and you friends know that I'm kind of like anti-capitalism. I would encourage you not to mindlessly buy things, and at the same time, if you were all mindless buyers of things, it would benefit me, but I don't want to be benefited by the mindless buying of things, right? So then it creates this vector in me of like, well, if I don't want to expect that of my friends, maybe I should use advertising. So people that do want to mindlessly buy things, at least I can reach them so they can mindlessly buy stuff, right? And then I'm like, yep, you're evil. You're evil. You're a horrible person. You're gonna burn in hell. Earth is gonna fling you off of off of her surface. So, Melty came back for more again. Love you. Thank you, Naren, for joining us. Thanks, Jovan. I order Italia calendars every year. I love them. Maybe. Thank you, Nancy. That's actually not a bad idea. By 2024, I'll have a melt calendar. Yes, Nancy has helped me manifest. Thank you for that. Hopefully, by 2024, we'll have our first melt book out as well. You know, Lausanna has been prompting, my mind has been working. I don't know if she still wants to do that. I haven't heard much about it, since, but it is still something that I'm thinking about at least. Doo-dum, doo-dum, dum. Your vibe is what sells. I know. Thank you. Thank you. Again, Pepi, shamash, shamash. I love you, friends. I love you, friends, and you give more than enough. It's all. Ah, but Pepi can't do that. She like just straight up steps on my tablet, jumps over the like, bruh. Yes, your bruh. There's like infinity space all around me, and you're like, yeah, I'm just gonna walk over this tablet. I'm like sitting in the sun and I'm getting cooked. Maybe that's like part of my what's the word I'm looking for? We have a word in Afrikaans that goes opvliendheid. When you're opvliend, you're potentially quick to anger. I don't know if I'm quick to anger right now, but Pippi stepping on my tablet. Why would you do that? She's like wagging her tail. I like my poems. Man, I feel like I'm all over the place right now in the comments. Like I'm going back and forth maybe. Oh no, Pippi just scrolled down. My calendar should have the solstices marked and the lunar cycles. I can imagine myself making like a little fractal moon. Like a part of me wants to move, a part of me doesn't. The part of me that wants to move knows I'm going to be more comfortable if I do, so I'm going to listen to that part of myself. Barking at nothing again. Ah, better. I am still getting a little bit cooked, but not directly anymore. Passive cooking. Like I went from getting cooked in a air fryer to now being cooked in an oven. Nope, doesn't check out. I went from being cooked in infrared. Now I'm just being cooked in an oven. It's still hot here in South Africa. Let me see. Didn't hear it, man. We'll have to rewind. It's okay, dude, man. Either way, it's like as I was writing the poem, I was just thinking about you and felt like I would like to give you this understanding, right? Use your time to give you that understanding. Mm, Siobhan has much better posture than Hogan. I'm jetting off now. Love you, Natalie, so much. I would love to hop on a voice chat sometimes and brainstorm some directions for you. I don't have the fractal in me to do the streaming thing at a high level, but I know how to leverage it. Maybe we will, Doug Dad. That doesn't sound like a bad idea to me, actually. Thank you for wanting to help. Duck, branding is something I'm not super experienced with, and I would love to learn much more. So much talent and wisdom in this space. Have a great day, Nat. Thank you for the love, Jovan, for echoing as well. I want to write another poem. Do it. I write these days almost poetry every day, dude, with my flowers. It's been like an interesting process. Like it went from being kind of just like me. Today we talked about manana manana manana. And then I was like, instead of just telling people what we talked about, I'll try and share a fractal of what I feel. And I feel poetry seems to be a good vector for doing that. It's probably why you do it, isn't it, Kevo? The moon is inspiring me. You are inspiring me. That is a beautiful blanket. That's the problem with a company like that. You are paying for them to do all the work and give you a cut. It would be exponentially more expensive to produce them yourself. Exactly. And then 3 layers of markups makes it Daras. Exactly. And they get paid a lot, right? Like they get paid so much to do that. So they're definitely making good money as well. But they are also providing me with a service so that I don't have to have the upfront capital to make 500 melt blankets and then try to sell them. Mm. Oh my. Oh, okay. I just killed a bug behind my ear. I'll see how much money I need if I can manifest this idea. Maybe I'll get a loan. I don't know if I can, but it's not impossible. I have 2,000 seedlings that will need to be individually planted in the coming weeks by hand. I have to time teach if you want to touch. I have to time teach if you want to chat. I'm guessing you mean like you have to find time to chat. Please do if you want to. That's beautiful. Produce them yourself. problem. 3 layers of markup. So expensive was the ticket to Mecca that I had to say no. My entire family wished for me to go, but I knew that no version of heaven was worth it. The suffering of my family, my divine on earth. Melt, you and I have synchronistically in the making money by selling fractal almost perfectly. I feel you, brother bear. I love you too, Doc Dad. It's a weird fractal, dude. It is a weird fractal, right? Because we intrinsically know that we don't need anything, and it makes it hard for us to sell things. Like I haven't been buying things. All of my money goes back into investing so that this space can grow, right? All of the money has gone back into the space as investment. Like I have bought myself a few things. I have bought this tripod stand, and I bought some yoga mats, and I bought the microphones, and what else have we manifested? My mind is getting melted right now. But most of my money goes into investing. Like I feel I'm trying to create like a cushion layer so that when I'm actually capable of starting a business, that I'll have the capital to fund the business. I think I might. I'm having an idea right now that is kind of resonating. I might wait for it to become winter in South Africa, but I do think it can be done. It can be done. Thank you for letting me know that I'm not alone tripping out about this, Duck Dad. It means more than I can say, dude. mm. The angel came to me and said, "I can take you there. Do you trust me?" It asked. But did I dare? Did I dare take the mantle of courage and go to the divine scene? Or is it better to imagine, for I am human and therefore obscene? I just feel the conversation and trying to verbalize it deeper. I'd help you with the Melt book. We could co-write something, if that inspires you. So the Melt book, Cable, is going to be the first 365 flowers that I've made with the little piece that I wrote underneath as the description next to it, right? So the book will be flower, written piece, flower, written piece, flower, written piece. And Loizana said that she does do editing and that she'd be willing to help me with that. But I can imagine you potentially being able to help as well. It's just time, dude. It's just time right now, right? How do we how do we let our times overlap? And a part of me, has a sense of urgency with everything. Like I cannot not sense of urgency. So like as soon as I start working with friends, I expect a lot. And I would rather not expect anything than expect everything, right? Yeah, something I'm working on as well. hmm So hard for me to try to type this and be behind in chat. Let's do this for real, and we can be on similar pages. I want you to succeed more than I want to see myself succeed. We'll succeed together, friends. Like I feel like that is the thing about this community. Like there is no one of us uh succeeding. Like there's a specific word that I'm thinking about. Uh Come on. It's escaping me. Come on. It's like right there. It's right there. Uh no. I'll just use all of the words, I guess. I don't think it's possible for any of us to succeed alone, right? That if we're going to succeed, all of us are going to succeed together. The whole the tide, rises or lifts all ships. That's the way I like to think of it, at least. Thank you, Leopard the Bear. I appreciate it. The melting cave vault. I like that actually. It sounds pretty sick. Cable only if each chapter starts with "you know what's tripping me out." That's too real, dude. I'd help you with Meltbook. Thank you again. Doc, that sounds very fun. I came back quickly to say that the picture I sent of the destroyed art spurred a comment that led to a thought which is now beginning of a children's story. It is a story about how we get purple potatoes. It involves plants and fairies. I love that, Natalie. Thanks for the lesson learned. Was just go with it more often. Now I feel more inspired to get the story so that we can enjoy it, Whimsy. That sounds so beautiful, Natalie. I've actually also written a children's book recently. I kind of forgot about that even. Do I have it on my tablet? Let me see. Mm, is it in my business ideas? No, it's not. Is it in my writing? No, it's not. Future ideas? I need to get even better at organizing the insanity that is my note system. I've I already have like 14 different folders with folders inside of the folders, and still I'm having a hard time finding my shiznit. That's also not it. Hey, not it either. Is it? No. Uh, no, 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 no. Uh, let's see if I can do it like this, maybe. Might have ended up saving it on my computer, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Like a whimsical, rhyming kid story about a boy who can see beyond our reality. He can see things that don't exist for us. And then he gets taken to see like the king of this whole crazy world, and he helps them out. And my mind is getting absolutely melted right now. I don't know why, but for some reason that fractal got completely deleted out of my brain. It's like I forgot. And I don't know why it's not in my notes right now. It probably is. I just hide it underneath layers or something. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Speaking of purple potatoes, I just tried purple sweet potatoes for the first time last week. So good. They are, right? They're really nice. Like, surprisingly sweet, even. Purple potatoes are used to make ube. It's an awesome Filipino dessert. I probably pronounced it incorrectly. Ube? Ube? Ube. Look forward to it, Natalie. I grew purple majesty potatoes last year. They were amazing and so purple. They can actually make dye from it. I like eating those flavonoids. Are they flavonoids? No. Carotenoids? I don't know why, but it seems like my brain is like functioning at like 10% capacity all of a sudden. I'm having a melt freeze. Me too, Natalie. Me, Nancy. Me too. The kids would say hi to Mel. Love you. Thank you for joining me too. It's nice having you friends here. I felt that I was feeding my crown chakra eating. You see, like that's what I was talking about. And as I was starting to say it, I was like, I'm trying to make logic out of my illogical thinking, right? Like the nightshade colored fruits I eat because they connect me with my crown and with my third eye. So yes, I agree, Shan. I agree completely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Where am I? Purple creating. We're saying 50 Shades is knowledge. Someone is benefiting from Duck? Maybe. Maybe someone would benefit. Creating knowledge, a book, and selling it is never consumeristic. Everyone can benefit from understanding. I like that. Like that. I do. I resonate with it even. Like my mind is running so many fractals right now. I think I'm gonna, yeah, potentially start doing that as well. Ooh, crown Chuck eating them, creating knowledge. Natalie, one thing I always wanted to do with my business is make gardening books for the little ones. The characters are perfect for it, but I can't draw, lol. You have access to AI tools these days, though. You don't need to know how to draw to make beautiful characters, right? Like, on that note, I created like a certain style, and then with that style, I ended up creating you friends. Oh man, I didn't save it in my folder here, but I have them here on the Discord at least. No, no, yes, sicketh. So I was like going through a fractal of making a bunch of you friends. This was Cassandra. So there's one of the characters. And then there is another one of the characters. And then there's brother Joel. And then Talia and brother Ryan. And there is, no, this is Joel, actually. This is Joel. Little tree critter. And there is Louisiana, I believe. I really like the way that one turned out. There is Melita. Look at that cool cat. Such a cool cat. And then there's Maxine. There's Joy V. Look at Joy V. And there is Gabby Goo. Like, I feel like this one got Gob's eyes in a weird way. And Shannon. There's Shannon. Yeah. So we don't have to know how to draw these days, dude. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, I believe in you. Dum. Reads kid books of Pippi. My daughter would watch it thousands of times. Man, fractals are opening in my mind right now. You should read it to all the kids in the Discord someday. Maybe I will. Maybe I will. Maybe I'll make like a whole new channel for it or something. Would watch just to say hi. Thanks for being an inspiration, Jovan. Thank all of you friends for being inspiration. Need sex. Some cool flashbacks of water. I got Adobe Pro free for the next 2 months. Maybe I should play with it more. Get to learn how to use it. It's gonna be a useful skill as well. I don't know the first thing about how to even find the AI tools to use, lol. I'm so old as far as that stuff. Natalie, don't do it. You will get hooked and they will want $750,000 to buy it. I believe they have a subscription service these days, as all of these asshole tech companies, like, you want to pay us every day for the rest of your life? Or every month for the rest of your life? Yeah, give us your cash. And then at the same time, I have a Patreon. And I'm like, shit. At least I do believe I provide value. Like, that's the only reason I'm okay with having a Patreon, is because I'm creating new content, right? Every day. There's like pixels that are going to light up on your screen, and those pixels will be never before seen. Literally, never before in all of humanity has anyone ever seen one of those psychedelic flowers when I post them. So it gives me a sense of like, okay, maybe I'm okay with taking one of your dollars. Lamar Dad. It's getting tired to cancel last night. I love those characters, right, Natalie? I really like the way they turned out as well. Those characters are amazing. Kids would eat that up. Super Kitties 2.0. Dog that. I do believe that we as a creative community are going to do cool things, right? One of my big dreams for the space is to make a media company where we as creatives will be tasked to make new things, new shows. One of the biggest shows that I want to make, one of like my personal heart's projects that I want to create, is a show that I would like to call Melting Psychonauts. And it will be a bunch of us, right? As, hey Google, what's the definition of a psychonaut? not a psychopath. Hey Google, what is the definition of a psychonaut? Psychonauts refer both to a methodology for describing and explaining subjective effects of altered states of consciousness, including those induced by meditation or by mind altering substances. So we can, right, be psychonauts just with being our own mindful selves. So I would like to create this whole show where it's basically like inspired by the Midnight Gospel type vibe, but instead of me getting shot into different worlds and then finding a random character in these worlds to talk to, I would like to, with AI generative art, create your world, right? I'll have the AI sit down with you, or you sit down with the AI, and you'll have like a 2 hour conversation with each other, and then from that conversation asking certain key points, and I'll have like the same key points being asked of every single person who comes onto the Melting Psychonaut show. Then it generates this whole world for them, and also generates a fractal, a avatar for the person. And then when I go and visit this person, myself as like a melty little lion will melt into the shape of the person that I'm having a conversation with. Like maybe opposite colors, or like something distinguishing. Maybe I won't do that. That's just like a fractal that I had recently. Maybe I'll do it at the end of the stream. Maybe we could like slowly, as the episode goes on, I slowly become you as I understand you more, or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna make cool things. I believe this. I do believe this. We are creatives, all of us, all of us. No matter what you believe, we are all creatives. I'm just looking forward to being able to do these things with you. Do is the best. Not spicy enough. These characters are so fitting. I'm so happy you friends like them. Yes. Millennia me is so excited for opportunity. Yeah, I think perhaps the melt freeze has melted. I don't I don't know what that means, Nancy. I'm sorry. Joy Vive Kitty needs to be sitting on the bookshelf, making direct eye contact with a bubbly smile, about to knock over a plant like a sour patch kitty. That sounds so cute. My extra big smile eyes, Jovan. Mel TV show. Hello, kids. Have you ever tried LSD? It's tasty as fuck, dude. Oh shit, though. That's what you think of me, Doc Dad? You think I'd recommend kids start taking LSD? I can't say that that's what I would like to do, dude. Like, huh. Oh man. I know you're joking, of course. But I am concerned, nonetheless, that you would joke about that. Because I believe children are already tripping LSD, right? I feel when I trip LSD, I become like a kid. I don't think kids have to take LSD to become like me, right? I feel like they already know more than I ever would. And I just take LSD sometimes to remember, to be like, oh yeah, oh, I know nothing. I know nothing, and yet I am. Looks at your own hand, seeing evolution over millions of years, stabilized as your physical embodiment in this moment. 1111 here, leaving for real this time. Love you, Natalie. Man, this kind of tech would take years off the writing process. Oh, yes. Yeah. And not only that, but ChatGPT already exists, Sam. Are you using ChatGPT for your writing? Do you think it's cheating? Yeah, it is cheating. Do you use a computer? Hmm? Have you do you push buttons to write, or do you write with pen and paper? Hmm? Yeah. It's cheating to write with pen and paper. You should actually be, making mud and then scribbling it on the walls like a cave person. That's the only way to authentically be a writer. You see the fractal I'm playing at? I love you. I love you. Be creative. That's what's important. That is it for me. Thanks for the fellowship, friends. Thank you, Ruben, for spending some time with us. Ruben, you're still here. Love you. It was nice to share some space with you. Thank you, friends, for sending love to him too. I know you were joking, but I'm concerned, Melty. That is how I've been received my entire life. In my fraternity, my nickname was Disclaimer. As things I say need a disclaimer. I didn't take offense for what it's worth. It kind of like stimulated the whole fractal in me. And I felt that point of them already being psychedelically active, right? Like their minds don't have default mode networks just yet. They don't know shit, right? And yet they're creative. They have imagination, imaginary friends. They can take a stick and run around using it as a gun. They can play in mud for hours at a time and have the time of their lives. I I am saddened by the fact that that part of me is hard to elicit, right? That part of me that is just so entrenched, so infatuated with just living. The part of me that's has to be an adult is like, you need to earn money. Oh, how you think you're gonna help people if you're fucking broke, loser? Oh, like, bro, can't I just be a kid? And they're like, nah, oh, you can't be a kid anymore. You have responsibilities. And I'm like, I don't want any responsibilities. Like, I'm not asking. It's time to step up. I write pen and paper, quill and ink, and with document builder, but not with AI. I ate feed in no database, my prized ideas. That's how the Hydra gets you. I feed all of my ideas, everything. Look at me, Sam. All of it into the AI. Because I believe, probably idealistically, naively, there we go. I believe naively that my input to these AI systems could potentially shift things to be more loving rather than less loving, right? And I believe it's the same is true for you, that all of us have influence, right? Including on our artificial intelligence systems. And that you are a node thereof. So all of the things that you put into it will eventually become it. Again, I think 2 days ago we were talking about the singularity. I'm having like uh, burps or something. The singularity, right? The singularity is when we reach a level of technological progress, artificial general intelligence, super intelligence, to the point where the thing that thinks in a way that is so far beyond human conception that we cannot, it's the event horizon, we can no longer experience beyond that, right? We cannot understand, we cannot fathom. But whatever that's going to be, that unfathomableness is going to be determined by what you're doing right now, right? Right? So you're contributing to it. I meant my frozen screen is unstuck by DD. Duck Dad is going. I must go, everyone. It was truly inspiring and an unexpected morning. I was going to be a hard to control all the new creative fractals to stay on task to the real needs at hand. Love you, dude. Thank you for manifesting. Love you, friends, so much. Let's pull a card, shall we? Hey, thank you, Mile Rodriguez. Of course, your name is Rodriguez. Right? One of my friends, Armand, suggested I watch a movie called Silence. It's a Christian movie, and Andrew Garfield is one of the actors. Hey, Google. Liam Neeson as well. Hey, Google. I'm sorry. Hey, Google. Who are the main actors in the movie Silence? Liam Neeson, Andrew Garfield, and Adam Driver. You know, swole. I forgot the meme already. And it was an interesting movie. Like a part of me felt like it was bad, right? At first. And then I felt like, maybe instead of thinking of it as bad, it's more human. And I felt like I could gain more perception or more insight. For the first time in my life, I was rooting for the bad guys in that movie. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about rooting for the bad guys. I've never rooted for the bad guys in a movie. And in that movie, I did. The bad guys is Japan and the Inquisitor. And basically, a bunch of Christians keep coming to Japan and trying to convert people to Christianity. And the Japanese government is like, nah, oh, you stop doing that. And then they kept doing it. And then they would try and find the people who were believing in Christianity. And then they would either like keep them hostage until they would apostatize is the word, deny their faith, or they would get killed. And then the whole movie starts with this premise that Liam Neeson, his character, was like this amazing priest who taught these two priests who now hear of a story that he apostatized in Japan. And then they go to Japan to go and find him. And then I'm not going to spoil, I almost did. One of them apostatizes anyway, and the movie ends that way. And I'm like, oh, wait. And like that, the character that apostatizes is like properly insane. Like he's straight up having visual hallucinations, audible hallucinations, the whole shebang. Card time, yeah. I'm shuffling them again actually, for the first time in a long time. Creativity. I love you, friends. The stream was fun to me. I feel like I'm growing the fractals of things that I want to do. I feel I have some ideas now that I want to try and flesh out a little bit. Orange, yellow. Maxine believes. I heard I'm gonna spoil it. But here's how it ends. Yeah, I technically did spoil the end of the movie. Oopsie. But you're not gonna watch it. And if you were like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this movie, then you would have clicked on it, and then you would have seen that it's a 2 hour and 40-minute movie, and you're gonna be like, oh hell nah. Nah. And I only watched it because my friend was like, you need to watch this movie, oh. And he was like, you need to watch this movie, and I was like, continue talking, and then he was like again, like, no, I actually need to watch this movie, and then I was like, oh. Fine. Sat for the 2 hours and 40 minutes, and that movie made me feel things. It did, but it didn't make me reconsider, not even a little bit. In fact, it just made me believe even more in what I believe in right now. Right? That you need to save yourself. Like that theme was like re-echoed. Oh, Lane, wow! I've missed you. Oh, sorry for losing my mind. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just excited to see you do it. Boobs. Gap says boobs. Let's see if we get boobs. Ah, no boobs, man. I was hoping we get like a feminine character or something. How are you guys? Doing well, Lane. We pulled Healing Waters today. What did Maxine say? She said orange and yellow. I feel like these flowers are literally orange and yellow, and the rest of them are pretty muted colors. Healing Waters. Lane, I've been singing. I believe in a thing called love since your Insta stream. Lane streams on Instagram. Yassi, dude. How does streaming on Instagram work for you? Hey, Guadalupe. I don't know if you're here right now, but I don't I don't know if Yuna works. That was interesting time. I don't know if Yuna was working. All right, I do believe in the platform as much as I do the next, I guess. But it doesn't feel like there's much going on sometimes. As in the Darkness song. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I don't know. I've only tried streaming a couple of times. I don't stream regularly. What's stopping you, dude? It's okay. It does have a time limit. This one doesn't, I guess. But the recordings are probably, excuse me, the streams are probably recorded if they have a time limit, right? Look at those hands holding those orange and yellow flowers, and then all of the flowers all of the colors, excuse me, from violet to purple to blue to green to yellow to orange to red. Healing waters. You have the option to post them. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I loves it. Got a groovy bass line too. Thank you for sending some love to our beloved Lane. Are you ready for this card, Lane? Card number 51. Healing waters. Flow, cleansing, and healing. The flow of this legendary waterfall cascades over 7 pools. Recognized as a place of restorative energies, these pools were used to cleanse and heal wounded warriors in old Hawaii. The multi-circular geometry of the flower of life is subtly embedded in the rocks. You can see them, right? Surrounding the falls. Out of this configuration, 7 spheres are revealed, merging the flow of cleansing water with these 7 rainbow chakra spheres provides an opportunity to balance the etheric body as well as that of the three-dimensional world. This card counsels you to acknowledge the innate ability you have to heal yourself and to realize that as you progress towards personal well being, you will be able to cleanse all manner of unwanted energies from heart and mind. As you stand beneath your shower, visualize the flow as cleansing and rejuvenating your body, mind, and spirit. As you observe the flow of water in rivers, oceans, waterfalls, envision healing energies as well. In doing so, you not only support your own healing, but also facilitate the healing of the heart and mind of our collective consciousness, right? And this is something I like to share a lot of you, friends, that you healing yourself, you having a better life just for you, right, is not selfish, is contributing to the whole because you are a part of the whole, right? Like if one of your organs is having a hard time right now, your whole ass body is going to have a hard time. And to think of every single human being as, in a way, an organ to the larger thing we call humanity, we want everybody to feel better, to heal themselves, to uplift, to heal the heart and mind of our collective consciousness. Each movement towards personal well being also acts upon the whole of reality. Each decision to choose wellness over injury heals also the body of our planet. Yeah. Creatively so. Healing, dear friends. Healing. Heal yourself. Let me see what I missed. Laying up and singing. I think I read one. You have the option to post. Heard that song in so long. I gotta get going. It's nice seeing you too. Also, partner says hello. Hello, Lane's partner. Love you too, dear friend. Thanks for stopping by and letting us love on you, Lane. Thank you indeed. Thank you, Jovan, for inspiring today's stream topic. I feel like I could have leaned more into the whole when you are creative, you are directly in tune with infinity, right? That from that part, right? Like you looking out into the world right now, right? An infinite world. And then inside of you, an infinite world. And from that inside of you, that infinity is your creativity, your imagination, your ability to create the inside. And then that ability to create inside melts into your outside world. To attach it to today's, card as well, that as you create more and more creatively, you are inevitably facilitating the healing of the rest of the world as well. I love you, friends, dearly. Thank you for joining me again. I'll see you again soon. Tomorrow. Love you. There we go. I was waiting for a second. Bye and love you all. This card, Healing Waters, is my cue to go take a shower. Please do, Nancy. And then as you do, as they suggested, imagine healing energy flowing over your body. I'm being healed. Every little drop is like a potion. healing all of my pain, all of my turmoil. Love you all. I'll see you again soon. Cheers.